what better way to cap off an entire day of self-care knowledge than with looking towards our personal fitness goals? Our next presenter is a proud Dayton native, inspiring her clients towards greatness through Erica Fit Love. You may recognize her from Women's Health Magazine's Next Fitness Star, or as a trainer on USA Network's Biggest Loser. It is my proud honor to reintroduce to you Erica Lugo.
Hi, can you see and hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear.
Awesome. Well, first off, thank you again for having me do this today. I had a lot of fun with you guys working out, and I hope you got a good sweat in. I know it was a quick and easy workout, but I've been listening all throughout the day, and you guys have some wonderful speakers and information, and a lot of the stuff I wish I had when I was first losing weight. But, first off, I'd like to introduce myself. I know you did a great job, but my name's Erica Lugo. I'm USA Network's Biggest Loser trainer. I was on The Biggest Loser just this last season for USA Network's Reboot. I'm Women's Health Magazine, America's Next Fitness Star. I work with Rachel Ray, and I'm going to be on the Today Show again, starting actually this Wednesday for a summer series. So I've been around the TV chain for quite some time, but I really wanted to come on today and end this whole presentation with just a little bit of motivation and maybe some inspiration. I know you guys just got a lot of information today, such great speakers, lots of good insight on what health and wellness may mean for you and for what it may mean for others. But I always like to give a little bit of background about what my story is. So I lost 160 pounds about 7 years ago. My son is turning 11, which I can't believe, in just a couple of weeks. And when he was 3 years old, he asked me to play on the floor with him. And I looked at him and I told him no, because I physically couldn't get up. I didn't want to get up off the couch. I didn't want to have act like I had energy. I didn't want to exert energy and clean up and just pretend that I was even in the mood to play after I've been working all day long. I used to work a 9-to-5 HR job. And if you know what HR is like, it's really exhausting. So when my son asked me that, something was my light bulb moment. Now, I had struggled with weight my whole entire life. I come from a Hispanic family, and we love to eat, drink, and eat some more. That's just what we do. That's what we grew up with. My mother and my family grew up with snacks and desserts, and that's how we show love. And I'm sure a lot of you guys probably grew up the same way, using food as an emotional attachment or just a fun experience overall. So that's what I grew up with, and I ended up at 322 pounds. And when my son asked me that question, something just sparked me, and I decided to start losing weight. And all I knew was more calories out and less calories in. And that's exactly how I started. And over the course of 2 years, I lost over 160 pounds, and I tracked all of my progress on social media. You can actually find me at Erica Fit Love on Instagram and on Facebook. And throughout that process, I decided to quit my HR job. I decided to become a personal trainer. So I got certified with NASM, ACE, and ISSA. And I decided to open up a studio here in Centerville, Ohio. But a little bit of background about my journey and why I want to close off today's presentation with this is because so many of us have so many life obstacles, right? I can't tell you how many clients come to my studio. I also train online, and they tell me things like, Erica, my life is so busy. I don't know how to put me first. I've tried everything under the sun. Or, Erica, I deal with this illness or this ailment. I don't know how to get fit and healthy, and I don't know what to do with my current situation. And a little background about me. I think a lot of people relate to me because I've been there. So not only have I been 322 pounds, I also am a thyroid cancer survivor. I also became a divorced and single mom. I also became penniless and had to file bankruptcy at a really young age. And I've overcome so many of those obstacles because the number one thing I always told myself, no matter what obstacle I'm faced with, I'm facing it for a reason and for a lesson, and I'm about ready to up level in my life. And I tell all my clients that all the time. No matter what challenge you're feeling, no matter how you feel like nothing's ever moving forward, or you just can't lose weight, or we can't reach this financial goal or this health goal or this relationship goal, that's always been my cue to keep on keeping on, because you're about ready to up level your life if you can get through it. So a lot of people will always ask me, I want all the answers now. What can I do? How do I get through this? And I wish I could give you some magic answer, but there just is no magic answer. I wish I could sell you a little pill and you can take it and all of your weight's going to come off and you're going to be happy and you're going to be, you know, in love with your life. And that's just not the case. One thing I have learned is no matter how much weight you lose or how healthy you get, if you don't work on key fundamental things, you're never going to be happy. You're always going to be chasing the next goal. And I've realized I'm allowed to be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time, and that's okay. So I actually wrote down 10 things that I wanted to share with you guys today of if I had to sum up my journey or tips for you, what would that be? And the first one is 1 hour of movement a day. So you may not want to go join a gym. You may not like a certain fitness class, or you may not have found a trainer or someone to connect with, but I just want people to start. That's the biggest thing. Like hitting play on the videotape or walking through that gym door is probably the hardest workout you're going to do in comparison to the actual workout. Because even as a trainer on a national TV show, I got to tell you, there's days that I don't even want to work out, and just walking through the gym doors is the toughest workout I feel like I'm going to do that day. So 1 hour of movement a day. Now, that doesn't mean I want you going lifting weights every day. That doesn't mean I want you, working so hard you feel like you're going to pass out and run miles a day. I'm talking about any movement whatsoever. I'm talking about, I want you just to move your body to nourish your body. I want you to do yoga. I want you to do breathing exercises. I want you to go outside and walk. Walking is so underestimated with the power it can do for you. And why do I tell clients just to move every day versus I want you to do boot camp every day? Well, scientifically, a lot of the presenters have been talking about stress in 2020. And with all of us completely stressed out, we may think that we can handle the stress, and we are handling the stress, but right now our bodies are in a constant fight or flight mode. I liked how one of the presenters before me talked about parasympathetic state and how that's rest and digest. Well, getting a nice long walk in, getting a yoga session in, getting breathing exercises in is actually going to be so beneficial for you for your fitness goals. Because if you are stressed out and have high cortisol levels, if you work out on top of that, which working out's great, don't get me wrong. However, if we decide to go too hard for too long, that actually raises your stress hormones. And high stress hormones make it harder to lose weight. Not only are you struggling losing weight, you're having a really hard time falling asleep. You're having a hard time digesting properly. You're having a lot of hormonal imbalances. So just an hour of movement a day, whatever that looks like for you, just move for 1 hour a day. The next thing I have written down is 2 mental stretches a day. Yes, mental stretches. I may be a physical trainer. I may be a weight loss trainer on The Biggest Loser, but I cannot tell you how important it is for you to mentally stretch every day. So many of us are at home working on our screens all the time. And I know you just saw the screen presentation and taking care of yourself with the screens. So many of us are working from home, and we have kids at home from virtual learning. Our schedules are completely off balance, and we're all stuck at home more now than ever. And we're not really taking those mental breaks. From work, if we went to the office and then went home, that's kind of a mental break for us. We had a commute to the office, a commute back home from the office. And it was just always easier to kind of have that time in between to rest and relax and just kind of let our mind stretch out. But I want you to get up away from the computer. I want you to get up away from your desk or whatever your job may be. And I want you to just get up and think about something else other than work. Think about something else other than, oh my gosh, I gotta eat this way, or I gotta move this way. Because if you're mentally happier, things will start externally changing on the outside. So I always tell people, this is way more than just eating right and moving your body. It's a mental and emotional process too. And if you're going to take care of yourself, there's more beyond the scale than just taking care of yourself by losing weight. You got to take care of your head and your heart too. Number 3 is 3 compliments a day to yourself. How many of you guys actually compliment yourself every day? I guarantee you not very many of you are raising your hand right now, or you're probably watching this and saying, I can't even tell you the last time I said something nice to myself. And that goes back to what I talked about earlier, is if you keep chasing a number, if you keep chasing a certain size of pants. Those are all great things. Don't get me wrong. Those help keep me motivated. Yes, I love the end goal. However, if you're just chasing those things for your happiness, you're never probably going to actually grasp happiness. So you have to be okay with loving yourself throughout the whole journey. So when you're at the end, whatever end that may be, you're content, you're proud, you're happy, you're not constantly chasing more. So 3 compliments a day to yourself. And I don't want them to always be physical. Like I love the, oh, I got nice eyes and my hair looks great today. That's great. Hey, if a great hair day makes you feel good, I'm all about a great hair day myself. But how much deeper can we go? Oh, I love that I never stop quitting. I love that I put my whole heart and soul into people and their progress. I love that I'm a great dog mom, or I'm a great mom and I can do this and that. I love that I'm a great friend. How are you a great friend? Just 3 simple things a day will make such an impact. It's almost like when you've been told your X, Y, and Z as a young child, and you grow up and you believe it because you are told that so often that we tend to believe those things. It's the same thing when you compliment yourself all day. You tell yourself more often every day all these great things, you're going to believe it because it's true. The 4th one, 4 fruits, veggies, and gut health protocols every single day. So I'm gonna put my little my hormonal lover in me cap on because I love talking about hormones and gut health, and that's why I love the presenters today. But I want you to focus on 4 fruits and veggies combined and a gut health protocol a day, whatever that may look like. So why am I talking about the gut health? Gut health is such a buzzword. Am I right? It's just a complete buzzword. And I love that it's a buzzword because people are paying attention to it now more than ever. And it just makes my heart so happy. So many things. Our last presenter was just talking about autoimmune disorders and imbalances and hormonal imbalances because of lack of magnesium. Well, the same thing because of lack of gut health. When you are stressed out 24/7, not only is it harder for you to lose weight, and how do you know that you're stressed on a hormonal level? One indicator is you tend to carry a lot of water on your midsection, or you're not sleeping very great, or you're working out like crazy and you're watching your food and it still just doesn't come off. You might want to check your stress hormones. And there's a test for that. And I can tell you guys that at the end. But your gut health, it's so important. So many, illnesses, sicknesses, your immune system, your metabolism, how your body processes hormones, that is in your gut. And if you don't take care of that by fruits and veggies and eating clean and gluten-free and dairy-free, which are very inflammatory things, then you're going to start feeling these other issues. Now, I have one product that I actually created because I'm such an advocate of gut health, because cleaning up my own gut health has helped me. I also have an autoimmune disorder and I'm a thyroid cancer survivor. And I truly believe what I know about hormones and gut health has helped me overcome all these issues. So I have a product called Fit Love Fuel, and you can see all the chocolates on the outside because the kids even get in here. But just 2 scoops a day, put it in almond milk, put it in your shakes or your protein powder. Some people cook with it. Some people put it in their coffee. 2 scoops a day is going to take care of your prebiotic, your probiotic, all of the micronutrients, which are all those dark leafy greens that are so hard for all of us to get in. Trust me, I love eating clean, but it's so hard for me to get all that kale in. Am I right? So that will cover that as well. And it also boosts your immune system, which is important right now more than ever. So the next thing, I want you to write down 5 things that you're grateful for. As cliche as that sounds, all of these things that I'm talking about is living beyond the scale. It's getting healthier beyond the scale. And when you're healthy internally, and if you have the right mind and heart and all those things are healthy, and I'm not just talking about heart health, I'm talking about what is your heart saying to you? Those things, when they get healthy, your weight's just naturally going to follow. There definitely came a time in my journey when I thought, okay, I'm never going to be able to keep this weight off if I don't change the way I think and feel of myself. And this was a huge indicator. 5 things I'm grateful for. It was a huge indicator to me that I couldn't even come up with 5 things I was grateful for because I was always chasing something. I was always chasing the next number on the scale. I was always chasing the next pant size lower than what I was. I was always chasing the next magazine cover or career opportunity or whatever, that I was never grateful for what I had right then and at the moment. So if you are having a hard time listing 5 things that you're grateful for, you need this more than anyone. And I know that's a hard truth sometimes. Number 6, so easy. 6 glasses of water at minimum a day. I know we all say drink your water. We all want to get it in. I carry around I don't have it with me right here because it's in my car, but I carry around a glass water jug 24/7 with me. If you got to do the workout earlier, you'll be able to see that water jug in that workout. It definitely looks like moonshine, but it's not, I promise you. But shoot for 6 glasses of water a day. If you can't get up to a gallon, at least start working your way up. Staying hydrated is so important. It'll help speed things up. It'll help detoxify your liver. Well, it helps your liver detoxify. Your liver naturally does that, right? But also work your way up, okay? Yes, tea sometimes count. I don't count coffee. I know some people are a little bit different like that, but shoot for a gallon of water a day, at least 6 glasses minimum. Number 7, 7 positive affirmations. And you're probably like, oh, girl, I get it. You want me to be nice to myself. I get it. How much are you going to talk about it? It's so important because I'm going to tell you, as an influencer on social media, how many times are we constantly comparing our journey to the journeys of others? I hear it week after week with my online clients. I hear it week after week with my in-studio clients that they say, well, Janet over there is losing 30 pounds in 2 months and I've only lost 10. And I look at them and I say, only lost 10? When we were trying so hard before and we couldn't lose anything, now we're mad we only lost 10. Where are the positive affirmations about yourself? And they go, well, there's nothing really positive to say because, Janet's kicking my tail in weight loss, or, Janet's got a promotion and I didn't, or, such and such has this. It is not your story. That is their story. And as someone who's lived it and has gone through really dark moments in our life, to be completely transparent from having to compare myself, and I'm going to give you an example. I was on the cover of Women's Health magazine for America's Next Fitness Star. If you've ever met me in person or if you ever stop by the studio in Centerville, Ohio, you'll notice I am 5'11". I am built like a tree. I am super tall and I am curvy and I have a big bone structure. I have large hands. But when I got to Women's Health magazine, the first thing I did was compare myself to the other girls on the cover. There was 5 of us total. And all of them were under 5'2", were under 120 pounds. And here I am, 5'11", 165, 170 pounds. And I wasn't able to enjoy anything about that amazing once in a lifetime experience because I refused to talk positive affirmations over myself. I decided to compare myself to everyone else there. So start with 1 or 2, but shoot for 7. Shoot for 7 affirmations a week. I want 1 a day from you. And if it's hard, you're the ones who need to practice more. There's tons of great resources on Amazon. I have them for the kids. Type in affirmation cards. Start them young. Start yourself now. It's never too late to start them. They're great. They're like $9.99 on Amazon. We do them throughout the day or once in the morning before they go to school. And I even have to read them myself because I even need them. So don't lose sight of that. The other thing, 8 hours of sleep a day. I cannot preach this enough. So just like walking, sleep is so underrated when it comes to your health and wellness journey. It's like one of those magical things, right? We know it's there, but can we get it? Like, can we reach it? Is 8 hours, feasible? Like, can I touch 8 hours of sleep a day? So a couple of things that I recommend. We all have something called a circadian rhythm. Our circadian rhythm is our natural hormonal wave, okay? So the best things to do to get on a great circadian rhythm to make sure that your body wakes up in the morning and starts winding down at night for the best quality sleep is first thing in the morning when you wake up, go put your face on some sun. Go sit by the window, go sit on the patio. If it's not sunny outside and we can't get it, go get a seasonal light on Amazon. I'm a big Amazon fan. I know it's not that great. Get a seasonal light on Amazon. They're like $20. Turn it on when you're brushing your teeth in the morning or when you're getting your hair and makeup done. 10, 15 minutes with some sun on the face first thing in the morning really helps get your circadian rhythm exactly where it needs to be. With 2020 being the year that we had, so many of us are beyond stressed that our circadian rhythms are all over the place. I am testing more people than ever for stress hormones, and it's called a Dutch test. You can go to dutchtest.com, and FitLove50 will actually save you 50% off that Dutch test. But I'm seeing more high cortisol levels first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning, we're waking up stressed out. So how do we get rid of that? Put your face in some sunshine first thing in the morning. Another thing is start wearing blue light blocker glasses. I don't know if the presentation about the screen time talked about that. I'm sure she did because I don't see how she put it. Start wearing blue light glasses during the day, but definitely at 4:30, 5 o'clock, while you're eating dinner, cooking dinner, scrolling on your phone, because all the blue light from all the devices that we're on, our computers, our laptops, our TVs, our cell phones, they're keeping us up longer and they're stressing us out more. They are having an impact on you guys. So start wearing blue light blocker glasses around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Let your body settle down. Get into a nighttime routine. So I love the magnesium soaks that the last talker talked about. Love them. I've tried them before and actually have his brand. I think it's great. Start doing a nighttime routine. Every night I'll take a shower or a relaxing bath. I'll take my makeup off. I'll put my hair back. I put on my PJs every day at the same time to let my body know it's time to wind down. The other thing is I also created another supplement. I'm actually going to grab it right now. This supplement is called Cortese, and this actually lowers your stress hormones. And this is my company that I'm also an owner of. And this will naturally lower your stress hormones. Take 2 before bed. You are going to sleep like a baby. It'll start leveling out your hormones first thing in the morning as well. So you're not waking up super stressed out, but that's also a really good thing to add to your arsenal. The other thing is 9 minutes of laughing a day. And I said 9 because I'm making a list 1 through 10. So 9 minutes of laughter a day. And that goes hand in hand with 2 mental stretches a day. So I want you to go talk to someone. I want you to go look up your favorite comedian. I want you to go to a source that makes you happy. I want you to do anything that brings joy to you. Go watch something, read something, listen to something that's going to make you laugh. 9 minutes a day. Would you say that you laugh for 9 minutes a day? Thankfully, I married a man that makes me belly laugh all day long. And the last thing I have is a 10 p.m. bedtime at minimum. Now me, I'm in bed by 9 o'clock because that's my circadian rhythm, but try not to be up past 10 o'clock. All of these things are things that I would tell any client to start doing about getting healthy and fit beyond the scale. I could talk about food and workouts till I'm blue in the face, but as someone who's lived this and who's been able to keep 160 pounds off for 7 years now, 7 years, and statistically, 95% of people who lose any amount of weight or a good chunk of weight, 95% of those people gain it back within 2 years. 2 years. Why? Because they don't pay attention to all the other things beyond food and exercise. Because learning to get healthy and stay well and stay fit and happy and keep your weight off for long term, there's a lot of other things beyond what you eat and how you move. It's also how you treat your body overall. It's how you think and feel about yourself, how you talk to yourself. Are you kind to yourself? These are all things that matter. And being kind to yourself is everything from eating well to exercising, getting your sleep, drinking your water, laughing, taking mental blocks and stretches a day, positive affirmations, thinking positively about yourself, treating yourself kindly. All those things matter. So I know after today, you guys are so saturated with such great information. I hope this inspires you that you can just do 10 simple things a day, 1 hour of movement a day, 2 mental stretches a day, 3 compliments to yourself a day, 4 fruits and veggies and gut health things a day, 5 things you're grateful for, 6 glasses minimum a day of water, 7 affirmations a week, 8 hours of sleep a day, 9 minutes of laughter, and a 10 p.m. bedtime at minimum. So I know we're going to be opening for questions. There we go. Oh, now I can see you.
And I just unmuted, so you can hear me too.
Yes.
So thank you so much. We love how happiness and joy are so much a part of your message. How did you realize the importance of that puzzle piece?
I'm still learning, I guess you can say. So one thing for me is when I had that awareness, when I got to be on the cover of Women's Health magazine, and not even that, with being on the Biggest Loser campus, when I got to work with that team on that TV show, one of the biggest things that they all wanted advice on was how to continue to be happy regardless of what your weight is. And that was always a topic of conversation, is how, I speak so poorly to myself. How do I change that? Or I never see myself in a good light. How do I change that? And even throughout my journey, and then just hearing it there on the Biggest Loser show, I realized it's such a foundational piece to keeping your weight off and staying healthy. Because if you're not kind to yourself up here and in your heart, whatever you do here and in your heart, it's going to externally show. So if you feel messy in your head and if you feel messy in your heart, you're going to probably eat messy. You're probably going to move messy. You're probably going to sleep messy. So it's all a domino effect.
I can see that. So I have a couple more questions. Two are kind of close. One is, can you divide your movement 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening? And the other, which is similar, is it okay to work out at night? Or will that mess up your circadian rhythm?
Yes. Good question. So it's actually been proven that splicing up your workouts is actually more beneficial than a big long bulk there. Reason being is because, again, when you work out, your body is smart, but it's not smart enough to realize that working out is a good stress. We all love it. We know it's great for our heart. We know it's great for our body and our weight and staying healthy. But when you work out, your body actually secretes cortisol, which is your stress hormone. So if you're doing it for an hour and a half or 2 hours at a time, that's 2 hours where your body is just getting tons and tons of stress hormones thrown at it. And that makes it harder for recovery. It makes it harder for weight loss. So actually splicing up your workouts 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening is really smart. I tend to do my cardio in the morning. I just wake up every day. I wake up and walk for 20 minutes, regardless of anything. And then in the afternoon, I'll do a weightlifting session. That's typically how my workouts go. Also, working out in the evening. If you're going to work out in the evening, you're going to need a really, really good, tough, and stick with it protocol on how to wind down. It's going to be really important for you to do something to lower your stress hormones the minute you're done working out, because you are going to be naturally more wired and your body is going to be stressed. Even though you may not feel like that, internally your body's going to be stressed and you're not going to get the greatest sleep. So as long as you can do something like the cortese, taking a bath, drinking tea, chamomile tea, doing those things after your workout to wind your body down, it shouldn't hurt too much.
Okay, that makes sense. Any particular advice for people with autoimmune disorders?
Yeah. So I have an autoimmune disorder. I have chronic Epstein-Barr virus. I found out, I got diagnosed about 4 years ago. And then also I have Hashimoto's because I had thyroid cancer. So that just naturally tends to be what happens when you get a thyroid taken out. So those with autoimmune disorders, depending on which one it is, I always tell my clients, you have to work out smarter, not harder. So those with Hashimoto's or thyroid problems, which is a autoimmune disorder, that is a disease of doing too much. Those people who typically get those autoimmune disorders, they're type A personalities, they have long lists, they're scheduled to be packed, they work out too long, they don't sleep very well. Those are all very counterproductive, and it ruins your TSH, your T3, your T4, all those hormones that go in combined. So work out smarter, not harder. What I mean by that is take a walk. LIST cardio means low impact, steady state. It's actually proven to lower your stress hormones, burn fat, and build endurance. So most people are really shocked to find out that my only cardio I do is walking every day. That's the only cardio I do. And then also, if you're deciding to lift weights, take time in between your weightlifting. Don't go back to back. Me, myself, I had to get rid of the ego because I'm used to being the girl in the gym who lifts really heavy and goes really fast. But since I got diagnosed with cancer, I have to lift for 12 reps, take a minute and a half, go back to another set. So that way your heart rate doesn't get super sky high. Not to say it's not allowed to every once in a while, but with autoimmune disorders, you have to work out a little bit slower, but it's not any less of an impact. It just takes you a little bit more time.
Gotcha. How do you get your family involved, and how can you get your family motivated?
Good question. So I am recently remarried, and I'm the stepmom of 2 kids. And moving into this family was interesting, to say the least, because my son grew up with a mother who Working out's like brushing your teeth, right? I started when he was young at 3 years old. So if you have young kids, start now, because my son looks at working out every day like brushing your teeth or going to the bathroom. He just thinks it's a normal part of life. He also thinks the same way about food. He thinks that fruits and veggies are something that everyone should just eat. He doesn't think it's something special, or he doesn't look at it as a diet. The other thing is, we all know the answer. It's lead by example, right? All my kids here, even my stepkids, my husband, since he met me, we now have a rule that you have to move for 30 minutes a day. We don't talk about health, or we don't talk about food or working out to lose weight. We talk about it in the sense of being healthy, and it's normal. That's just what people do. So all of our kids have to move for 30 minutes a day if they're not doing practice at soccer or baseball. And then we actually have a cookbook binder where we have all of our favorite family recipes that are healthy in there, and we have the kids pick them out what they want for the week. So they're involved. They're involved with the grocery list. They're involved with what we eat. And we also don't talk about snacks as bad. I just had this conversation with the client that she put so much emphasis on cakes and ice cream and chocolate are bad and they're only for good times, that her kids struggle with it and want it. We never label those foods as good and bad, so that way they don't understand that certain things are bad, because they're not. Food is fuel for your soul and your mind and your heart and your body. But if you start labeling food while they're young, they're going to catch on to that and they're going to want it more later on in life.
Oh, great tips. I love it. And especially with, everybody going virtual, that 30 minutes a day is so key to have that movement. What has been your most inspiring moment in your journey? Do you feel it's in helping others on their journey?
Honestly, my favorite thing is, I say to every time I get interviewed, is I get a front row seat to watching people change their life. And people are so very open with me, because weight is a very personal thing, that being able to have a front row seat to watch people change their life just beyond the scale. I have people that come to me and tell me, Erica, I'm able to get pregnant for the first time because I'm healthy. I'm able to go on dates for the first time because I feel great about myself. I'm able to hike when I've never been able to keep up before, or I got on an airplane and I was able to buckle the seat without asking for an extender. All those little things that people who don't struggle with their weight take for granted. People who are overweight don't know how to live life without that. So having people experience normalcy for the first time has probably been the greatest gift I had.
I bet. That's really inspiring. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciated you coming to our virtual event here today. You were a great addition.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys.
So visit Erica Love Fit.
EricaFitLove.com.
Fit Love. There we go. Good thing.
And if you don't, you'll probably see me in Dorothy Lane Market plenty of times. So
we'll look forward to seeing you.
Thank you
So much.